Hi, what's up guys? My name's Cam and I just learned something pretty remarkable that I would like to share with everybody. So basically what this is, it's using cold for better performance. So I learned this through Andrew Huberman, through his podcast. You can find it on YouTube or Spotify. He has a bunch of unbelievable content. He's a Stanford School of Medicine professor of neurology and ophthalmology. And the study itself was done by Dr. Craig Heller, and he discovered that athletes could perform longer, they could move heavier weights, and they could do overall more volume in a specific given time by cooling these three areas on the body. Now, these three areas contain a certain kind of skin. It's called glabrous skin. Basically, glabrous skin, to keep it short, these are areas of the skin that contain AVAs, arteriovenous anastomosis. I'm just going to call them AVAs for short. But basically, they allow heat to leave the body or allow cool to enter the body more quickly. So why exactly does this matter? Well, when we work out, our muscles contract. As our muscles contract, it heats up. So think like friction when you rub your hands together really, really fast. Your hands are going to get warmer. Our muscles are kind of doing the same thing. And as our muscles are heating up, it's also heating up our internal core temperature. And when our muscles heat up, it causes certain enzymes to get disrupted, which causes ATP to not work so well, and it's going to cause our muscles to have a much harder time contracting, resulting in you hitting a failure point. However, if you're able to keep your core temperature cooler, it's going to result in these enzymes not getting disrupted as quickly, meaning theoretically you are going to be able to push your muscles a little bit further. The quickest way to cool your core temperature is, like I said, these glabrous skin spots, which are going to be found on your face, the palms of your hands, and the bottoms of your feet. So what happened during this study that Dr. Heller conducted? So what he did is he took in athletes and had them perform 100 pull-ups in X amount of time. I don't know what the exact time was, say like 10 or 15 minutes. This was also broken down into sets, so 10 sets of 10, 5 sets of 20, whatever the case was. And then when they got to 100, he marked their time. The very next day, he had these same athletes come in and perform the test again. However, this time they were implementing the cooling technique. And what they did after every other set, the athletes either held on to like a cold pole or a cold bar that cooled their hands. And in doing so, they were able to perform 180 pull-ups in the exact same time frame. Now keep in mind, this is the very next day, so chances are you're probably going to be pretty sore and fatigued and likely not even going to be able to hit 100 pull-ups in the same exact time frame. So the fact that they hit 180 pull-ups, which is almost a double, is pretty remarkable. And then on top of that, to make this even more insane, it honestly doesn't even sound believable, but they continued this process for multiple sessions over multiple weeks. And these same exact athletes were eventually able to perform 600 pull-ups in the exact same time frame. Now again, this is unbelievable. I'll leave a link below to the podcast and to some of the studies conducted by Dr. Heller. I'll also leave a link down below to a new technology that Dr. Heller is creating, which is, they're called cool mitts. And basically just scrolling through the website here, it looks like it's literally just like a little like black mitt that you slide your hands in. This one, he's got it on a bike. And then this one, he's just kind of sitting on a bench and he's got his hands rested inside of a cool mitt, is what it's called. Currently, it says it's only available to Olympians and professional athletes, but it says you can join the wait list and it's coming soon. So again, I'll leave a link in the description down below to this website if you guys want to check it out. It has the scientific studies on there, it has sports teams on there, how to use it, how it works, etc. But if you want to try to implement this tool yourself, there are ways that you can do it. I guess the only issue with it is you're kind of going to have to play around with the cooling techniques. You don't want to have something that is too cold that it's going to restrict the vessels in your hands. So make sure you're not just like squeezing an ice cold water bottle for like a minute. But what you can do is hold maybe something like a cool water bottle. You can kind of pass it back and forth between your hands in between sets. So you're going to want to do this for about 10 to 30 seconds in between sets. Again, the time frame is probably going to vary for everybody as well. But basically the whole point of this video is to just get this information out there. And I'm really curious to see if anybody has tried this before and if it actually works. So let me know down below.